Hello and welcome to the After School Special Show.
I'm Avik.
And I'm Ian.
And for those of you who are unfamiliar with us,
Which you
probably are, we're a new podcast, and we're going to be talking primarily about some pop culture and sports stuff, and trying to give our opinions and non-expertly advice on this.
Exactly. Yeah, we are not experts. That's factually confirmed.
Not at all.
It's confirmed.
But we do like to talk, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it.
Yeah, so we're going to be kind of reviewing some of our favorite stuff from 2015. Not necessarily what we thought was the best, but just what we enjoyed the most.
Yeah, it's a good way to get to know us. It's a good way to just look over the year.
So we're going to jump into it with movies. I guess I'll get it kicked off today. This year was a really good year for movies.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
So,
all right.
yeah.
So the Oscars are coming up, right? And so there's already a lot of buzz for the movies that people think are fantastic. Sometimes there's like more artsy films in this, but I actually I had a lot of fun with Mad Max. I thought that
I really enjoyed that.
It was one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. Definitely cracked my top 3 films ever.
That's a little out there. I mean,
I
liked it, but
I don't know. It was I hadn't seen any of the Mad Max movies before that. I totally went back and watched it afterwards. But I went into the theater and it was an experience. I saw everyone was just having fun. The stunts were just so cool. I love the cinematography was just beautiful.
Yeah, no, the practical effects made it for me.
Yeah, so true.
I mean, I saw it drugged out on my couch after getting my wisdom teeth out. So I, didn't have the theater experience. I think that might be one of the movies where The Revenant coming out. And by the way, we're not including the late December movies. We're gonna be talking about those next week. So we got The Revenant, Hateful Eight, Star Wars on track for next week.
Mm-hmm. But
yeah, I know
you're so right with the practical effects in Mad Max. You see right now with action movies, so many just ridiculous things that are just CGI, and it just takes away kind of from the fun of it all.
Exactly, I totally agree.
Yeah, maybe something with Fast and Furious, where you have cars jumping from one building to another. In Mad Max, it was you see people jumping from one car to another. That's happening. It was insane. I loved that. I think you saw that also in Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
you see that?
No, I saw that. Yeah, I actually enjoyed that. It's not gonna be on my list for one of my favorites, but yeah, I did. I'm a big fan of the Mission Impossible movies. Getting a little corny, a little cheesy, but
that's what I love.
Exactly.
That's what an action movie is for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely. What about you?
Keep in mind, I had 2 that really stood out for me. The first of which being Creed. I mean, I didn't really grow up with the Rocky movies like a lot of people did. I think I saw 1, 2, 3. But I thought Creed was phenomenal. Michael B. Jordan was incredible.
Yeah,
he was really good.
I'm a big fan of Michael B. Jordan.
Just the physical, the physical performance was just incredible. Put on all that weight, and
that's kind of what it is with boxing movies. It's not only you're acting as a part of your role, but then you have to take in consideration the work that people put into this.
And going with the practical effects. I mean, did you see the video of him getting knocked out on set?
Oh my gosh, that
was I've never seen that.
Didn't they do that because they couldn't get the punch going with it just didn't look right?
Well, no, yeah, because you see all the older boxing movies. It's they're missing by a foot, and I feel like Ryan Coogler was the director, and he's gonna be directing Black Panther.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, he's one of the up and coming directors in Hollywood right now. But I think he really wanted to go with each scene was choreographed, and you saw. We're gonna be doing a non-spoiler pod here, but there's one scene, one fight where it's one continuous tracking shot, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, that's
really
fantastic in a boxing movie. That's got to be hard to do,
Yeah, and the thing I liked about it too was it didn't really, you can say it's kind of a reboot, but it kind of made its own name, and it ends off where you think they're gonna be kind of cashing in a little bit with a couple more.
Are they really
sequels? I think so.
I haven't seen it.
I didn't mind it, but I think it really. The thing with Star Wars, I don't want to go too deep into it, but it was kind of making a name for itself in a new generation. I think with Creed, it's it's pertaining to a younger audience, but my dad liked it. He saw Rocky, he really enjoyed Rocky, and he was able to enjoy this, and it was still able to kind of attract a younger audience.
Yeah. Speaking of, I'm 18, so
Yeah.
for anyone that doesn't know,
No,
we're
we're both broke college kids.
Yeah, exactly.
For anyone unaware.
No, okay, so here's the thing. I love that Creed happened because I just didn't expect it. I didn't expect to have a Rocky thing all of a sudden. But this whole cashing in thing, I'm good for sequels. Like I love low key. I love superhero movies. Actually, like definitely not low key. I love superhero movies, but and I've always been okay with them cashing in on new ones. But for Creed, it's like we had 6 or 7 Rocky movies, and like now we want to have like more. I think it would have been so cool if they came in, did Creed, like just out of nowhere. Michael B. Jordan gave a huge, great performance, and then you had Sylvester Stallone, who's I think he got an Oscar nod for this, like potentially, right?
Yeah, he's probably going to.
And
he was
so,
really good. Yeah.
Like you get that, and then you just leave and you walk away from it. I think that would be so awesome, like good for movies. I think.
Yeah, I mean, obviously no sequel has been confirmed, but I mean.
Okay, well,
we'll see.
I'll hold out for that.
Yeah.
I really like. I still need to see this film. I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't seen it. But it's on the list because I want to see. I love Michael B. Jordan. He's had such a weird year with Fantastic Four.
That was interesting.
And then he comes in with Creed. Like that should be interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see what he's gonna do. I heard he's gonna keep the boxing body.
Oh, for real?
So he's gonna try to keep that up. So
and the diet.
Yeah, no, apparently he is. So we'll see how that goes.
That's impressive. Did you try watching Fantastic Four?
No, I stayed away.
I watched
as far away as I could
on the airplane because that's the only time I would ever watch Fantastic Four.
No, that could be a decent. I mean,
no,
it's
and
not a decent.
I made it 15 minutes in. Okay, dude, I can't do this anymore.
No, I stayed
as far away
as I could.
I don't understand what they were thinking. The pacing was terrible. Like we don't even go too in deep with this. I mean, because I've seen 15 minutes of the movie.
The thing I was disappointed with, that's a good cast. You have Miles Teller,
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. I mean, yeah.
I the thing is, I love for the superheroes. I love what is his name, Flaming Torch. I think that's so cool, like a person on fire. But then like the CGI in that movie, we were talking, with that whole action CGI thing. It's like this is hard to do practically, but like the thing in the previous ones,
fire.
Yeah, right. Like I don't know. I like the makeup in the original ones, and this one just it was just bad.
Yeah, no, I agree. We'll move on here. My next one, which I think might have been my favorite of the year, was Sicario. Now this is. I know you haven't gotten a chance to see this. Again, we're broke college kids. Don't see a lot of movies. I see maybe more than others.
Oh yeah. You do. Speaking of, we'll have that weekly.
Oh yeah, another thing every week. For the rest of the year, I'm gonna be watching a movie.
And we're gonna talk about it.
So we're gonna be talking about that. Just brief. I mean, I don't want to bore anybody too much.
Are you gonna do classics, or are you just gonna do whatever is?
I've been had a mix. I'm really big again with Sicario and Denis Villeneuve, the director. So this month I'm watching all of his movies. I just did Polytechnique. I'm not gonna bore anybody with a black and white French film.
You're that guy.
But maybe we'll talk about Enemy. Prisoners. Enemy was really
Oh my god, the tension in Prisoners. Was it like that in Sicario?
So I'll get a little bit into that. Sicario was, it was visually just amazing, and amazing performances by Emily Blunt and Benicio del Toro.
I love those two.
Yeah, really good casting.
Emily Blunt kills it, and Benicio del Toro coming back in this kind of role. I don't know if you've seen Traffic before, but
I don't know.
So Traffic basically he's a law enforcement person. I think he's a Mexican law enforcement agent.
Okay.
Against the cartel, and in this movie he's on the other side.
It's similar. Yeah.
Right. That's so cool.
Mm-hmm. And then Emily Blunt in Edge of Tomorrow. I think that could have been a really, iffy movie with a different leading lady, and she did a really good job in that. But Sicario, just the visuals, and it has a really Apocalypse Now kind of feel, where throughout the movie the characters are kind of descending into darkness, I want to say, but it was really good. Again, visuals were just amazing, and edge of your seat the entire time.
Director is kind of known for.
Yeah, no, Villeneuve's really good, and from the first scene it's just edge of your seat, and I'm really looking forward to it. He's one of my favorite directors, if not my favorite, but he's got a couple upcoming things. He's going to be doing the Blade Runner sequel, I believe.
Oh, yeah. So supposedly, is that
to
confirmed that there's going to be a Blade Runner
I think
sequel?
so. Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Yeah. I don't think there's a date for it yet, but I think that's definitely confirmed. So I'm excited for that.
I didn't really have any edge of my seat kind of movies on my list. Oh, actually, maybe have you seen The Gift?
I didn't know.
Okay, well, The Gift. Oh man, I can't believe I'm about to blank on the director's name, but he was also starring in it, and like that's so bad that I'm blanking on it because he was such a vital part of this. I'm actually gonna look it up right now. But
Okay.
we also had Bateman. What's his name?
Jason
Bateman. Great, probably his best performance, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those edge of your seat movies. I didn't expect, there was a twist in it. Obviously, I thought it was gonna be like a scary movie. It was more of like a a psychological thriller.
Okay.
And
now I think it's coming back to me. I think I saw the trailer for that.
Okay, yeah, definitely watch that. Maybe on your
no, that was
movie
when I remember getting really bad vibes from the trailer, thinking it was gonna be kind of like corny or.
That was totally possible. That's like it was one of those movies I saw on the plane because I didn't want to go and spend money on it. But Joel Edgerton is the name of the director.
Oh yeah.
And he played the main villain.
Okay.
Absolutely great movie. It was one of those really surprising things. Because Jason Bateman, you just expect him to play Jason Bateman in every movie.
Yeah.
And he absolutely killed it. I thought the what it does to you like mentally at the end of the movie, like it's one of those things where you like leave the theater and you're kind of wondering what just happened. One of those things that we saw with like American Sniper, that kind of movie experience.
I'll definitely check that out. All right, do you have any more, or do you want to go into a little bit into TV?
All right. Right before we hop into TV, I'll say that this year was a lot of fun for movies.
Mm-hmm.
We had like Jurassic World, and of course we'll talk about Star Wars later.
I wasn't the biggest Jurassic World fan, but
yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. If
it was a good time in the theater, but I mean, I think half of it was just kind of laughing at some of the.
Yeah, just like wow, did they just survive that?
Yeah.
Why are you running in heels and like?
You'd think they know by now,
right? Like, I'm sorry, are you wearing a white pea coat this entire time, and it's totally not like dirty at all?
And Chris Pratt, I mean, like...
Oh, Chris Pratt, are those your muscles? I didn't see them the entire time.
He was fine.
I love Chris Pratt. Yeah. Big Chris Pratt.
I do too. Yeah.
But anyway, that's all I want to say. It was a really fun year for movies.
It was. And I'm looking forward to this year too. I mean, we got a lot of good movies on slate. As we said, I mean, Revenant just came out. I'm really excited
Batman
for
vs. Superman this
okay. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about that in future pods.
Okay,
but
yeah, we'll save that.
I'm a little more skeptical. Also, another big part of the show we're going to be doing is every week we're going to do a little trailer talk, breaking down some of the newest trailers that come out.
We should go back to those trailers, and we got to talk about the Batman and Superman trailer.
I have a lot of thoughts. Okay. We'll say that. We'll keep it
save that.
I have a lot of thoughts.
Everyone, be on the edge of your seats for that kind of stuff.
Okay, so you want to hop into TV?
Yeah, let's go into TV.
Okay,
I think we both have a common one here. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, we'll hop into that. So we both loved Master of None. Do you want to? I know you really like that.
I was a huge fan. I've actually I've seen it once. I watched it probably in 2 days, which I'm sure a lot of people did. Thank God for Netflix binging. But
no, that was another one of my wisdom teeth experiences. Yeah.
Wisdom teeth experience is fun, and you should I'm gonna go back and watch it again. You should also go back and watch it.
Who knows what the painkillers did?
Right? Who knows what the painkillers did? It was just okay. I'm not gonna lie. The first couple episodes, I was this is all right. Turns out those are the ones that Aziz Ansari directed, right? And so, but then it really gets into the groove, and it's a comedy, but each one has its own critique.
Yeah, no. First episode was really different from the rest of the show.
Yeah, it felt almost like a round table kind of thing.
I wasn't really sure what to expect. After the first one, but it really, I think binging it helped.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so weird. Some shows are just designed to binge on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the thing. It felt so different, and I think that's one of the things I loved about it. You just didn't know what to expect.
Exactly. It was a comedy, but it's definitely not one of your traditional sitcoms by any means.
Sometimes plot wise, it just it's a lot of
it's a lot of situational.
Now they're not, or I'm not giving any spoilers, but I love that about it, that it could just do that, progress without losing what's good about the show.
Yeah, and the acting in a way, I mean, because it was a bunch of his just friends from real life, and his parents are played by his parents, so obviously it's not professional acting by any by any means.
That was almost what's so good about it.
Yeah, exactly. It was very just humble, and I feel like these are his actual experiences.
Yeah, and knew what it was, even if the audience didn't know. For the first few episodes, you're thinking wow, the acting's not fantastic here, from his friends or something like that. Then you're no, these guys are just like portraying like real people or like
Yeah, exactly.
And that was so neat. I loved that.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, also the outfit's fantastic. Definitely.
I think that was his own wardrobe, right?
Yeah, it was his own wardrobe.
Yeah.
Like you'd be watching
really
it like that's just too expensive for him to own, but he's just like, I want it to be, that's how he got into his character. Just like his parents were playing his parents.
Yeah.
And that's just the kind of like thing, like with all those little details that really made the show so good.
And I'm interested to see if that's going to get a second season.
I think it will. I think it will get a second season because like right now, it's 5 stars on Netflix, whatever that means. But like, I think
doesn't
like
mean too much, but
people liked it.
Yeah.
So it'll come back.
Really
if Creed's getting a sequel, this will get a second season.
Okay, and we'll kick into some of my favorites. I had 2 that really stood out to me. I don't know if many people watched them, but I had Mr. Robot and The Leftovers. I know you didn't watch either.
I haven't seen either.
So I'll go on a little.
I haven't watched much TV this year.
Briefly. But I think this is a toss-up for me. I know both of them are very, they were very critically acclaimed. Leftovers for me, I enjoyed the first season a lot more than a lot of other people did. But the second season, so basically, I know, as I said, I don't think many people watch it, but basically the premise is 2% of the world's population disappears. And it's from, I should probably say, Damon Lindelof, who was really big in Lost.
Okay.
So it has that kind of feel. Not as supernatural, although the second season kind of picks up with that. But it's kind of not about the disappearance, but more about how people's lives continue after an event like this. And it's very like a 9/11, post 9/11 show.
Interesting.
And basically just saying that, anybody can go at any time. I know that sounds a little cheesy, but second season,
if you can do it well, it's a pretty like
no, it's very well done. Yeah. First season, a lot of people criticized it for being a little too, depressing. But second season, it picks up. They did a soft reboot pretty much where they just completely switched settings.
Whoa.
And it had one of my favorite TV episodes of all time. In the second season, and the finale was amazing. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Same
for Mr. Robot. It was just nothing like I've ever seen before on TV. Again, I don't watch too much TV. I'm more into movies, but
yeah, television wise, it's like, first of all, like with the whole college thing, it's kind of just difficult to catch it on because you don't have your DVR anymore. Like DVR was fantastic. I remember like
the
like
basic
Modern
cable
Family
packages
and like all that kind of stuff
aren't forgiving.
Yeah, it's not at all. So now I find like a lot of the TV that I'm watching is through Netflix, and with their new originals and stuff like that, like they're actually good. Like I'm looking forward to new House of Cards seasons or something like that.
Yeah, that's
the kind of TV I find that I'm watching now, and that like really makes me believe that like 2016 is going to be a year with a lot of content online.
That's the thing. It's we're kind of super saturated with content in our day and age, but it's kind of finding the good stuff.
Yeah.
That's a little challenging, but it's very rewarding, and I feel like 10 years ago Mr. Robot isn't getting made. And I should mention, the cinematography in it, the color tone, it's just something I really haven't seen before.
You're talking about saturation of like the market in terms of TV. Like,
yeah.
I feel like every single time I was like flipping through channels, like I'd get on like NBC and I'd see just like another pilot with like John Stamos or like some kind of actor like that, and then 2 weeks later that show was canceled and we have another one that replaces it.
That's still kind of the case for cable, but
yeah, absolutely.
For network, I should say.
Yeah. But for like maybe for Netflix it's like, or like for streaming services, maybe you don't have that kind of ability to just like just keep popping up new ones, and
you have to commit.
Yeah, you have to commit.
Yeah.
So like we're getting maybe even more quality television out of the streaming services.
And I think they're gonna be releasing the most original series this year than they ever have.
Wow. Okay. Sweet. I'm excited.
With pretty much all of the main staples coming back, and then just adding. I know there's gonna be. Well, they just did Jessica Jones. They're gonna be doing the other Marvel series.
I haven't. You know what? I can't.
And then Daredevil season 2. I really enjoyed Daredevil.
Yeah. Okay. Then I have to watch it because it's like I love superhero movies and stuff, but it's almost too much now. We have Flash.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Arrow, and then that's DC. Then we got to jump over to Marvel. Jessica Jones, Daredevil, all this stuff. It's like
it's a lot.
I can't do all of that. Even if like
I get that.
Even if you're doing one episode a day, like they're not only they're on Netflix, so like you can just binge, but I don't like. It's too much superhero in my life. I can't do that. Can we like tone it down, please. Everyone wants a new character in the show. They want to see like there's that Peggy Carter show and Shield and whatnot. Like the fans want to see these characters come into the universe on the big screen. It's like, just hold on, we have too many characters already. Like,
I know.
So I want to see that in 2016, like toned down a little bit. Though movies wise, like there's a ton of superhero movies coming out. So I don't know if we'll see that anytime soon.
Okay. Do you want to jump to music?
Let's do music. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
This year was phenomenal for music, in my opinion.
Well, you're like primarily hip hop fan though, right?
Yeah. And I mean, a couple years ago I was a '90s purist, '80s purist.
A couple years ago.
maybe last year.
Yeah. Maybe last week.
Maybe. But this year, I mean, you had so much. I mean, I think Childish Gambino kind of brought me into the modern scene, and then this year you had so many good artists releasing new stuff. You had the Chance. Chance was big this year.
Vince Staples was big this year.
I love Vince Staples' album. And then
what is it called again?
Summertime '06.
Okay, yeah.
And then going back even to late last year, J. Cole, and then obviously you have to mention Cornrow Kenny. Who? Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, I'm like, what? Sorry,
my man.
I'm not well versed in this kind of stuff.
No, it's fine. I mean, To Pimp a Butterfly. 11 Grammy nominations.
Man, that's insane.
And I'm just now starting to kind of grasp that album. It was just
11 Grammy nominations.
Yeah, I don't want to hop on him, but that was a work of genius, man.
Yeah, I feel like for a lot of people that it was like, it was like, was it experimental? Is that what it was? Like, yeah, it was experimental, and he did it well. Like, that's so neat.
It's a project he's been wanting to do since his first album. But he wanted to save it and kind of work on it. And he actually, I heard that he recorded around 80 songs for it and broke it down into like a 10 track album. And that's just insane to me.
That is crazy.
And then, I mean, we'll get into this a little bit later, but the Logic album, I don't know if too many people know about it.
Okay. I feel like he's done the come up, and maybe he's established himself a little bit. Yeah.
I think he has his own niche, but not as mainstream as others.
Probably
we'll get him later, but
college students are like,
and then along with Kendrick, I'm just so excited for this year in music. I mean, we're recording this on Saturday, and yesterday we just got the first Good Friday release by Kanye.
Oh yeah, it was good too.
That was good. Yeah. That brought me back. I mean, I am the biggest proponent for old Kanye you'll find.
Did you see what he tweeted? He was like, he's like, just released like a better version. Please delete the other one. I'm not proud of it. Like, all right, Kanye, we got you back.
Yeah. No, but I'm really excited for that. He just announced that he's dropping Swoosh on February 11th.
Oh yeah, he announced.
That's really exciting. Yeah. And
is he doing another tour?
I think so.
Okay, I want to go to it. I'm not. You know what? I've never.
That's an experience.
I started with Graduation with Kanye. Mm-hmm. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And then, but I never I was never to the point where I would spend hundreds of dollars on a concert ticket. But like, his concerts are probably an experience, and I would that would be sweet. So I would love to see that. Can't wait for new music from Kanye this year.
Yeah, me too. And then going back to Kendrick, I mean, in this upcoming year, you got the Kendrick J. Cole collab. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, two people that's gonna be really good. I wonder how many combined nominations they have for the music. And it's got to be in 20 or something like that. I don't know.
Cole got a couple for I think hip hop album.
Absolutely.
But I'm really excited for that. Their Black Friday releases I loved. I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do. I think that's soft. I think it's confirmed for the 16th of February. So I mean, we're getting J. Cole and Kendrick and Kanye in the same week.
I'm scared though. People have high expectations for this album.
Yeah, no, I really do.
Though the thing is, I can't see how they're gonna mess it up.
I know, me neither. I mean, that's like Watch the Throne on another level.
Yeah, it's that's one thing about high expectations. For a movie, you're like, oh, this could flop, or this could be amazing. For something like Mission Impossible, this is I just don't know. Yeah. You can't have someone who made To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah. And then Forest Hills.
Yeah, and then Forest Hills, two amazing hip hop albums.
Yeah.
I can't see that being messed up.
I know. It's gonna be so good.
Something that could, actually could have been really messed up. Actually, I'll transition into mine now. Is When It's Dark Out by G-Eazy.
I know you're a big, a big young Gerald proponent.
Yeah,
big fan.
I've liked this guy for a long time, but I also recognize what he is as a rapper. And like he's someone that I always had like as a guilty pleasure, and that I wouldn't really tell people about. And then like now he's so mainstream that like, When It's Dark Out is coming out, everyone's gonna find out who G-Eazy is. I'm like, don't mess this up for me, man. Like,
and then
people know now that I like you. Please don't make this a bad album.
And then I mean, I listened to a little bit of it. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
But
yeah, exactly. It was fine.
We've talked about the content of it a little bit.
So the content, it's exactly what you think it's gonna be for G-Eazy. It's
we go from Kendrick and Cole to to Gerald.
G-Eazy makes like, I don't know. It's not even party music. It's just like cocky rap, which is like sometimes what I want to hear. And it's like, but the problem with it is that it's just cocky rap throughout. It's like, okay, he says, I'm on the come up. This is how many Ferraris I want. I do cocaine and I have sex with a lot of women. Like that's his.
And he f***s your.
Exactly, and he means it. Like that's. Oh man, I can't believe it. That was the thing. I feel like I mean it. Like last year was a warning sign for what this album was gonna be. But I still enjoy it so much that we're gonna go see his concert.
Yeah, no, it's a guilty pleasure.
I don't know what it is about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm listening to him like, and I laugh at the lyrics, but I'm jamming at the same time.
I mean, the production's good. His flow's good.
Yeah, the production's fantastic. I'm not gonna lie about that. His flow's great.
Fine. Yeah.
I just want him to evolve a little bit. But where I kind of differ from you is like, I respect hip hop and I really respect it. I enjoy it. Definitely when I'm around you, like I hear a lot more of it and I get more of appreciation. Go download the albums and whatnot. But another guilty pleasure thing that's like people are like more accepting of now is like EDM music or like
I'll let you go on this.
I won't talk about it too much, but a surprise for me was the Chainsmokers this year because we had like Selfie was one of their songs. I'm like, this can't be good. And then they released this EP this year, Bouquet, and it was actually really good. They had Roses in New York City and like this music that's kind of like traditional kind of poppy EDM where you have like I don't know, you have a chorus and then you get into like the bumping, fist bumping kind of stuff. But it was really well put together. I think they're going to be pretty big this year in terms of like concerts and whatnot. They did like New Year's Eve performances this year. So I'm excited for what the Chainsmokers are doing. And actually, like EDM's gotten so mainstream that like Bieber has kind of hopped on that train. He did that song with Jack U. Did a lot of collabs with them, and I'm excited to see like what happens with EDM music, but also hip hop.
I can get down to some house music.
Oh yeah? All right, man, we got to bump to that.
Okay, I'll go back to Logic for a second.
Okay.
I can't stop playing that album.
Yeah. What was it? Not Man of the Year. It's
Incredible True Story.
Okay. Yeah. Incredible True Story.
I can't stop playing that album.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Good.
I mean, I was a Logic fan before. But I don't know, something about that album. It just every track on that is just. I mean, the first half of the album is loaded with like the singles, like Young Jesus, like Whoa, Fade Away. But then I'm really like kind of rediscovering the second half of the album. A couple tracks on there, Stainless, City of Stars, just really good production. And then, I mean, nobody tops Logic's flow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's butter.
It's hard to do what he does. Because
oh my god.
Not only the lyrics are just like, man, he just goes in like, and you like have a line that's like, you're like, wait, was he just throwing shade at someone? You like go back and you listen to it, and it's like, I hadn't listened. Okay, I've been a Logic fan for a while too. Well, fan. I was a fan for a while, kind of dropped off. And then you introduced me to this album again, and like you're so right, like it's really back. Good. It's really good. I feel like he kind of lost it in his last album for me, but I came back to this, and it was like, yes, this is what I missed about Logic. Okay, so sports.
Yeah, no, this is just, I know we've just talked about pop culture for 30 minutes. We're gonna get into sports right after this break. Okay, and we're back with some sports.
I can't wait to get into some sports. We're big sports fans.
Yes, definitely.
Personally, I'm more of like an Atlanta guy. Raised there my whole life, so yeah, might see some of that.
Okay, so we'll get into some of our favorite moments of 2015. We'll go big picture first, I guess.
Okay, all right.
So for me, a I'll go on my first one. Get out of the way. The Panthers season.
Like
no.
I knew this was gonna happen.
No, okay, so I was born in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, go explain the story.
So I'm all Arizona. All sports I'm all Arizona. But then ever since I started following football, I've been a Panthers fan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get asked all the time and called a homer multiple times.
That's
I am not a homer.
Yeah.
I am not a homer. First game I attended, Matt Moore was the starting quarterback. So you can't tell me that I'm a homer.
Jake Delhomme.
Yes, I went through the Jake Delhomme 5-interception playoff game. My favorite player from the original teams was Mike Minter. You can't tell me I'm a homer.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
we'll
No one's questioning you here.
And I will adamantly defend my non-homerism. Okay, so
now we got that out of the way.
So Panthers season. I mean, I'll make it brief because
please. We've heard so much about it.
I'll make it very brief. So I mean,
kill me quickly.
The haters. And just I mean, what Cam has done this season has been amazing.
Yeah, honestly, he's been another level this year.
No, it's been ridiculous. I'll stop there.
Wait. MVP or not?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, this is a legitimate
MVP
question.
No.
Like he's
MVP or no? Come on.
Okay.
Get out of here.
I feel
Get
like
out of here.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I think he's the MVP.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So and then we're gonna the second thing. I mean, kind of the Warriors.
Yeah.
I mean, the run they went on.
Dude, what was it? 30?
No,
28.
Mid-20s.
Yeah,
it was
27?
like 28. Yeah.
28. Yeah.
28 again, games. Being in college, I don't watch too much. I don't get caught up on too much NBA. Mm-hmm. But I mean, the Warriors.
r/NBA is always there.
Yeah. They're always there for you. I mean, I kind of with the NBA, I always found myself going back to it in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And kind of losing interest in the regular season. I mean, the Suns don't. Oh my god.
What a year they're having, right? Definitely a championship.
Don't get me started on the Suns. Right. But I mean, the Warriors have kind of brought another aspect to the NBA regular season. The run they went on.
They get you excited for it.
You had to watch the Warriors.
And I did feel this kind of excitement when the Houston Rockets were going on there, like
that was a little
ago. This one it was like you have Steph Curry, like who's huge.
This is a once in a lifetime thing. You are never gonna see another pair of shooters like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson in the NBA again.
Right? Like I totally before this year, I didn't believe that one of the best backcourts like ever. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yes.
Like, and this championship only makes it more legitimate.
No, Steph is an aberration. He is. Oh, I can't even. He's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to get on the Cam and Steph bandwagon, but I mean, Steph is just.
It's okay. I feel like for Steph, it's like not even okay. Maybe it's a bandwagon because it's all bandwagons, but like he's just fun. Like you can watch him for fun and not you don't have to be like, oh man, I'm totally a Golden State fan now.
Yeah.
Like
no, the Warriors.
Everyone's a fan of Golden State right now.
They're the perfect team to watch
because fuck Cleveland, it's like everyone's a Golden State fan.
Yeah. And I mean, they're the perfect team to watch because you have Steph, who you can know nothing about basketball. And you could recognize that he is amazing.
Or you could just like babies and enjoy Riley. Like Riley Curry. It's like
yeah, exactly.
He's got the whole family thing going on.
Exactly. Yeah, he's a family man. But then you have Draymond, who is like the metrics nerd.
Yeah.
The king of
triple
metrics.
doubles on triple
exactly.
doubles.
Yeah, he is.
Got another one yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. You can make a legitimate argument.
He's my MVP guy.
That he could be the MVP.
Yeah.
So far, he's the focal point of that team. He runs that team.
And the cool thing is, like, the Warriors recognize that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
no, they do.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, absolutely, he's the leader in the locker room.
Yeah,
which is crazy. He's been. Well, the good thing is, like, I think probably part of that is because he was drafted. There a lot of their team has been drafted there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Including Steph.
Yeah, including.
And so, you have like that kind of chemistry that was built, and that's one thing that I love about the Warriors for the NBA is like this team built themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they didn't trade for like.
They got Iggy, but that was a couple years back.
Yeah,
and
I'm not gonna ignore that because
Iggy Harrison Barnes.
Yeah,
it's a lot of homegrown talent.
It's a lot of homegrown talent, and the coaching is so strange. Like,
I know. Yeah.
You don't see a team like this
on the bench.
Yeah.
2 years ago he was a meme, and that was about it.
I mean, and like now it's like there's no way you can call him a meme. He's not like if we see Scalabrine like come up and like. Be the next best NBA coach.
Yeah. I mean, Scal was on the Warriors coaching staff a couple years ago.
Yeah, you're right. It's a shame he didn't get a ring with the Warriors. Of course, he has his own ring, but
I mean, you can say that Steve Kerr is coaching from afar. He's just
whatever.
You know,
Like
Luke Walton doesn't have to do anything with that team. Like in
Mm-hmm.
the end, you have to coach a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
regardless of what you know,
you have
crappy courtside interviews say, like coaches do things.
Yeah,
it's not just like shoot the ball, get rebounds.
Exactly. Yeah. No.
Yeah. So I love watching that. That was great.
No, really fun to watch.
Can we stick to basketball for a second?
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of go back. This is a real throwback. So I am also like a Wizards fan. That's like kind of a long story. Basically, when I first got into basketball, Gilbert Arenas was my favorite basketball player. That ended up turning into like I'm a Wizards fan for my whole life. Went through that whole terrible Wizards phase. So again, I've stuck through it. But Paul Pierce this year, like as a Wizards fan, like I've seen a lot of fun times and a lot of bad times, and this was one of the most fun times.
And living in New England, I was so happy. I was so happy to see him.
Right? Okay, that's
rebirth.
true. You have those fans that are coming in like cheering for the truth, because he's just one of those basketball players that like obviously is going to be Hall of Fame guy and like.
Does anybody not like Paul Pierce?
Right. I'm sure there's people that don't
Lakers fans probably.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. No, there's definitely people that don't like Paul Pierce, but the thing is like you don't see people like vets leave their team and then come back and just do well on another team.
Yeah.
And he was the reason why the Wizards did so well, in the playoffs. And
he called game.
He called game, man.
He called game.
And like the buzzer beaters he made, there were so many buzzer beaters like in this year's like playoffs.
Yeah, the playoffs were amazing.
It was awesome this year, and I think the reason is that like Paul Pierce made it so good. You had like him calling games, so like so much attention is on this guy that like you've watched do championship runs, and like now he's trying to do it again with another team, and then he just does it so well. What a great time to watch basketball.
Yeah, it's a shame you end up on the Clippers.
I mean, yeah, but he's back with Doc, so maybe we can talk about it that way.
They're gonna be a 4 seed. They're gonna lose in the first round. It's fine.
We can do playoff talk soon.
Yeah, no, we'll get into that. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Another just singular moments for me. The Jose Bautista bat flip was amazing. That was incredible.
Yeah, because like the World Series and stuff, like it was fun, but it was also really like kind of short lived.
Yeah.
But the bat flip made it for me.
The bat flip.
Absolutely,
yeah.
It was iconic.
Did you see the mini Bautista?
No.
There's a guy or I shouldn't say guy. There's a kid. I mean, a bunch of kids do this, but there was a kid in the stands, like upper deck, during the game, and Jose Bautista's up there. He's up at bat, and when the pitch is thrown, the kid swings, and like seconds after, Bautista just absolutely crushes the ball and does the bat flip. Yeah, there was a video from the stands. I'll have to show you that.
Oh, that's sweet. I love that.
Yeah, that moment that was crazy.
Man, like that's kind of the thing about baseball that you wait for is like moments like that because it's such a kind of a waiting and like technical game,
Yeah.
and then you have something like that with such like finesse and just like doesn't care, but like. Man, what a great moment.
Yeah, that was crazy.
A moment that wasn't so great, which I personally thought was like maybe my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Is the Colts trick play. I don't know if anyone doesn't remember that. Basically, Colts are playing the Patriots, right? They're down a touchdown. And I don't know. Like, I think I can't. It's hard to even explain. It's hard to explain without a visual.
Was it a prank call to the bench?
Exactly.
Play call.
Like it's hard to explain because no one knows what was happening when you're watching the television. It's
so basically, so
people are shuffling across.
So basically, they went punt formation.
Yeah.
And then the entire line went out to the right, and it was basically the long snapper and the punter at midfield. And then, it was just.
And then he took the snap.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you all know what.
And my God. The commentators' reactions were so golden.
Yeah, they were.
It was just what everyone was thinking. Like, and when you watch the Patriots after they like sack I guess you call him the quarterback, like
the punter.
Yeah, the punter. Like they were like they didn't know whether to cheer or just be like, "Did you just give us one? Like what just happened?" But I mean, the Pats went through some moments this year.
Yeah,
Deflategate.
No, we are not going to discuss Deflategate on this
We don't need to discuss Deflategate.
No. Way too much.
I just thought I would throw it in there if we're talking about 2015.
Yeah. Another moment that I just thought of, Porzingis.
Oh, Porzingis.
Kristaps.
What is it? He has so many nicknames that are just fantastic.
The Latvian gangbanger.
Yes, Latvian gangbanger. Oh my God. Like the funniest thing is like going back and watching the draft with the booze and like the kids. Like I want to go back and just like see those kids now. Like they have to be fans now. Everyone's a fan of the Latvian gangbanger. What a cool guy.
I know. Everybody loves him. And then that was so classic Knicks.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna admit, I wasn't the biggest fan of the pick.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
Yeah, I was big on Mirotić.
Yeah, me as well. And like that was the cool thing. I love surprises like that. And it's also like it's interesting because he doesn't play full minutes. You know, because he's like kind of you want to keep him healthy. And he still puts up numbers. Like he probably I haven't checked All-Star voting lately, but he's got to be in there, right?
Yeah, no, I'm sure he is. And back to it was Mario, Super Mario Hazonia. It wasn't Mirotić. Europeans, they just kind of
they come in there and like sometimes they're a bust. This guy was not. Well, so far. Where this is his first year, we're like not even halfway through the season right now.
Would you say this is the biggest thing to hit New York since Linsanity? At least the Knicks. It has to be at least the Knicks.
Yeah. You know what? Because like Linsanity was so big and such a fun time in basketball. Like what? This is probably like equally as fun.
But it's just kind of drawn out. I mean, he's kept up his production.
Yeah, the thing is, like, it's drawn out because he's just consistently good.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I guess we're just getting used to this now. And, like, his story maybe isn't as cool as Linsanity was. But it's a story. And one thing I'm kind of hoping is that it doesn't end up dropping off next year. Like, everyone has their sophomore slump, you know? But, you know, who knows where this guy's career is going. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of promise. Do you want to? I mean, I don't have too many more moments. Do you want to go into NFL picks? I know we want to do that.
Oh yeah.
I know it's not year round.
NFL picks because
we can kind of diverge from the year round, and we'll go into a little bit for this week.
This year, actually, for me in terms of NFL, like I lost a little bit of interest, but I had never been more interested in football at the beginning of the year. You know, we have the Falcons going 5-0, and I'm like, oh yeah, like Panthers who? Like who are we? We're 5-0, man. This is us. And then next thing I know, we're like 5-6.
Yeah.
And it was.
I hope you had fun with that while it lasted.
Like if there was a graph or a chart of like my interest in football, absolute peak for 5 games.
And then it's dropped off.
And then suddenly it's like, you know, my TV broke or like I just didn't touch football.
Yeah. I mean, you have some hope for next year. I mean, Dan Quinn's a good coach. You have Devontae Freeman.
We thought, right? I mean, he's a good coach. I'm not gonna lie.
He's a good coach.
He's great. I'm glad, you know.
The defense wasn't too talented.
I'm a little skeptical now of Matt Ryan, actually.
Yeah, you know, he's got to figure it out. I mean, but Julio.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, can't go wrong with Julio. I hope we keep him. But yeah, let's get into some football picks.
All right, so this will be going up on Monday, so you'll just get to see how wrong we are, how absolutely wrong we are in these picks. We are obviously, we don't condone gambling any, right? So we're just going to go straight up.
Yeah, let's do that. I
straight up money line. What?
Okay.
What? I didn't say money line. What? Go straight up. So we have Chiefs-Texans. This is actually starting in a couple hours.
Do you want to go first?
Well, I think I'm going to go Chiefs here. I mean, Brian Hoyer.
Because what happened with it? Like, how are the Texans in the playoffs?
Hoyer.
It's literally J.J. Watt.
Yeah. I mean, I don't trust Andy Reid.
You don't trust him?
I don't trust Andy
playoff-wise,
Reid.
he's not.
Playoff-wise,
yeah, he doesn't have a good track record.
Yeah. I mean, the Chiefs, how many people are talking about the Chiefs right now? They're on a streak of their own.
Yeah, 10 games, right? No,
it's up there.
Yeah. It's something like that. And
no, I think it's 10 because they were 1-5. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 games. That's huge.
Yeah, they won their first, lost the next 5, and won
But again, it's the whole Andy Reid thing that's so hard to get past. But you can get past it because it's the Texans.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine a team with like this kind of quarterback situation actually doing well in the playoffs.
Yeah. The only way I see the Texans winning is like a 17-14 kind of game where it's just a defensive battle in the trenches.
J.J. Watt gets another 3 sacks or something.
Yeah. Oh, he was incredible last week. Oh my god.
And like, this is a game where like I definitely take Alex Smith over.
Yeah.
Brian Hoyer.
Yeah. And also, it's crazy what the Chiefs have been able to do without Jamal Charles.
Yes, totally. That was a surprise.
I mean, in a way, I think, maybe I don't want to say helped them, but it made them kind of reevaluate,
True. They've strengthened other part of their game. Yeah. It's not just like
Macklin's had a great year. If we're going to talk about receivers, I mean, Deandre Hopkins.
Phenomenal year. Killed it. I have him on my fantasy team. Which I haven't looked at in a long time. So yeah, Chiefs. I think we're both agreeing on that.
Yeah, we can put that down.
Next one's also happening tonight.
Steelers Bengals is another. This might be a split game for us.
I'm excited for this game.
This is gonna be a really good game.
I want to get back, in time today to watch this game live.
This is gonna be
stuff is gonna happen. I guarantee it. That's why
there's a lot of off the field stuff.
There's beef. I love beef. Yeah. Especially when if I don't have a team to go for, I want beef.
Yeah. No, I'm back and forth on this one.
This one's tough. What's doing it for me, can I say that?
Yeah.
Is the quarterback situation for Cincinnati.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, is it A.J. McCarron?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alabama quarterback. I'm a Dogs fan, but like that doesn't have anything to do with this. What has something to do with this is like just historically Alabama quarterbacks, and like it's the playoffs. That's what's so big, you know. I can't. You know, Matt Ryan did pretty well for his first time in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But this is a kid that's like...
I mean, this is different. He's a backup.
This is different, yeah.
And he has that experience in Alabama.
Yeah, in Alabama. That's so true. You know, he went through that whole thing. That's
the thing
true.
that... I'm going to take the Bengals in this one, actually.
Really? Okay.
I just don't trust the Steelers. I mean, how do you... They have their... You know... They could
they
control their own destiny, and they lost the Ravens.
Oh, that's so true. Okay, yeah. That's...
I mean, I don't know. I'm going to take the Bengals at home. Their defense is so good.
Listen,
Geno Atkins had a phenomenal season.
Oh, they're at home. Yeah, they're at home.
Yeah.
These things
no. You can't waver. No, you're going with the Steelers.
No. I'm not. I was just gonna say, like, all these things, you know, are convincing and whatnot, but I cannot say no to Antonio Brown.
Yeah, no. The Steelers' offense is so good.
It's so good, and like, you know, I forgot what's the coach's name?
Oh, Tomlin.
Yeah. I love Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
So
he's been iffy lately.
And with a team like the Steelers that have a history in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl. Or getting there, and winning it. Yeah. I'm very confident that like I can get over the Ravens thing because of their history.
Yeah. No, this was a coin toss for me. I don't know. The Bengals defense, I think they're gonna control the run game. I mean, without D'Angelo, the Steelers are probably gonna have a hard time on the ground.
Defense is so important in this game, so that will make
at
up
home. Good defense. I'm taking the Bengals.
Okay.
And actually, you know what? Do you want to make it interesting? Do a little bet for total playoffs?
Okay, all right. Let's get a chart going.
Wager?
Who's right? Who's wrong? So far we've agreed on one, not on the other.
Yeah, we'll keep track of these.
Okay.
So next one. I'm looking forward to this one so much. You got Seahawks Vikings. I could go on a long time about the Seahawks being a Panthers fan.
Because why? Please tell the people.
We won't go into it. But this game is gonna be so entertaining. I mean, it could be the coldest game in NFL history with a wind chill.
That's gonna be so cool. What cool?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's gonna be high of 1 degree, I think.
Man. And like Minnesota's kind of used to that whole thing.
I mean, it's definitely gonna even the playing field. But I think the Seahawks are gonna be too much.
Absolutely.
Even without Marshawn, even without the recent news of Marshawn. I mean, they're playing really well, and I will say, you know, I may be a little biased, but they did lose to the Rams 2 weeks ago. So all these analysts who are...
did the Panthers not lose to the Falcons? We got to give a team we got to give them one. You know?
That's fine. That's fine. But we beat the Seahawks in Seattle.
Okay, very true. Yeah.
I just don't see how these analysts are. I don't care about rankings. Yeah. Rankings are so dumb. But if I'm not gonna get into it.
Triggered.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm taking the Seahawks as well. I can't quit on Russell Wilson. You know, he's had such a great year.
Bustle, man muscle.
Man muscle Wilson. I also love him because
shout out to the Podfather.
Him being on the in the Entourage movie, trying to act for real. Like he really tried to act. But you know, regardless of his acting skills, he's a great quarterback.
Yeah, no, he's had a phenomenal.
Without Marshawn Lynch, like he's the reason why they're.
Yeah, he's probably third in MVP voting for me.
So I hope he can play in the cold. You know, that's what's gonna.
No, and I mean, I saw somewhere Richard Sherman made a good point where.
Richard Sherman. We can't forget about him.
Yeah. I mean, he's been quiet this year, but still, I mean...
Quiet, but quietly good.
Yeah. And the Seahawks are just going to stack the box with Cam Chancellor. You know, they're just going to play the run and see if Teddy Two Gloves can do anything.
Are you... Okay, say they got to the Super Bowl again? Like
the Seahawks?
Just theoretically here.
Theoretically?
They got to the Super Bowl? Like, is that boring for the NFL?
Well, first of all, I'm going to say I don't think they get to the Super Bowl. They have to go through the Panthers and the Cardinals. First of all, I'm going to say...
Yeah, that's really hard. Yeah.
I'm going to say I like the Cardinals in the NFC.
You're going to say that?
Even with my bias, I like them. I think their offense is so potent.
Yeah.
And their defense, I mean, did you see what they did against Green Bay? That was crazy. All right, so hypothetically, if they were to... I think in a way, it's interesting to have, you know... Obviously, if they won it, you're approaching dynasty territory with 3 straight Super Bowls made. I mean, they were 1 play away last year from winning it. We can talk about that another time if we really want to.
That's also one of the best moments.
Yeah, no, we can add that on. Oh my god. Oh wow. Also, I want to talk about the Marshawn situation a little bit.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be really interesting, and I wouldn't be surprised if we learned a little bit more about this by Monday when the pod drops. But the whole situation with him not playing, I mean, that was bizarre. He went from, everybody, talking about it as if he's starting, going from that to questionable, and then yesterday going from out. He's not even traveling with a team.
Yeah.
And I think, he basically went to the team. As far as I know, he went to the team last night and basically said, "I don't feel it. I'm not going to play."
Yeah, what's up with that? Is this
he's
probably
not-
something
he's
to do
not
with his
gonna come back.
retiring sort of idea, right?
He's not going to be coming back. I don't think he's going to retire. I think he has still a little left. He got, banged up towards the end of the season.
I'm sure the Patriots will take him.
Mm-hmm. I think he's going to go to another team.
Yeah, which is so strange. Like now? Why now, man?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you see what Thomas Rawls did? I think the Seahawks are going to go with Rawls.
Yeah. But, okay, so we're both still taking the Seahawks here, right?
Both still taking the Seahawks. I'm interested to see what Marshawn Lynch, how that saga plays out.
Teddy Two Gloves.
Teddy Two Gloves.
What he can do.
This is going to be a big game for him.
Because he was like, people are like, okay, he had a good year.
Yeah.
And now this is like kind of a way to, definitely for his future, this is big.
Yeah, really big. Okay. I'm sure we could talk more about it. Let's go to the final game. Last game. So we got Packers, Redskins. This is another interesting game. We might split this one. You got two teams. I really can't figure out either. The Redskins are coming in hot. The Packers are coming in ice cold.
Yeah. So cold. Like colder than the Seahawks game. All right, that was cheesy. But, like, it's so confusing.
Yeah.
This year they started off, like, fire, They were like...
they were the Packers.
Eddie Lacy and, like,
Fat
Aaron Rodgers. Like,
yeah.
These are two guys that are, amazing. And now it's like Aaron Rodgers. Oh, no.
Yeah.
And Kirk Cousins is the guy that everyone's like...
You like that?
You like that?
Another really good moment from this year.
That was true.
Yeah.
Man, we're just getting all these new ones. So many from the NFL. This
is another toss-up for me. Redskins at home. But then I feel like, couldn't you just see Aaron Rodgers just coming alive in this game?
Yeah, I'm going to go back with my history argument here. We haven't seen, like, Redskins, in the playoffs do well at all. Like, I don't know, since... Who knows? I can't think of one. So, yeah, for that reason, I would be going with the Packers because Packers. I'm going by ceiling here. Packers, their ceiling is so much higher.
Yeah,
than the Redskins.
That. Yeah, I'm gonna go Redskins.
Okay.
If not, just create a little conflict, but
yeah, I agree. That's good.
At home, their offense has played really well. I think their defense can play well enough. I think for the Packers, it's gonna be really important for them to establish the run.
I think is important here? How well RG3 holds the ball when they're doing field goals.
Oh my god. RG3. That's another I could go on about that. Another thing in the offseason, it'll be interesting to see where he goes. Teams have shown interest in him. I don't know. I don't think he's done.
I also thought he was going to be done, but we shouldn't talk too much about this. But yeah, actually it's been interesting to see how the Redskins have moved on from RG3.
Yeah, and Cousins, it took him a while to kind of solidify himself in that role. But I think he looks good.
He does look good.
He looks good.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, against the vaunted Panthers defense, he didn't play too well, and that's kind of the most I've seen of him all year. But he's looked in pretty good in his primetime games.
Actually,
we'll see.
Yeah, so I'm going to go by ceiling. You're going by like current hot streak. I think that's a good way to end it.
Yeah, I think so.
So I have Packers, you have Redskins, we both have Seahawks.
Both have Chiefs, and then we're split on I have Bengals, you have Steelers. So we'll keep track of that, do a little playoff wager.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thanks, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to our first pod.
It's a lot of fun. Can't wait to do the next week.
Yeah, we'll be back next week. So we got the Ian's movie week. We'll come up for a decent name for that.
Yeah, right. Trailer talk, maybe get
trailer talk. We'll see what's coming out. We got NFL playoffs. So definitely talking about that.
We've done a lot of broad topics here. We definitely want to get more in depth with a lot of stuff coming up.
Yep, and then there's a lot of the pop culture. We'll see if Chance's third mixtape drops this week.
Yeah.
See if there's any. We'll have the next Good Friday release for Kanye.
A lot to look forward to.
Yeah, a lot to look forward to. So thank you guys. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, please do like and share the podcast.
Yep. Thank you. Peace out.